Welcome to class 41 of Python programming. We'll start matplotlib.pyplot today. This is class 1 of matplotlib. If you are from MATLAB background, then you will find it easy. Even we use R type coding here. We have different types of graphs: bar graph, histogram, scatter plot, line plot, 3D plot, area plot, pie plot, image plot. So many types are here. I'll start with the basics. This is the first one from matplotlib. We'll take pyplot only. We're using pyplot extensively. Now import matplotlib.pyplot_hplt. You can write that way as well. We'll try plotting. The first function is dot plot. PLT is there. If you are not compatible with this, you can write import matplotlib.pyplot_hplt. Okay, let me write here so that you can remember, because this is what you will see most of the time. Import matplotlib.pyplot. Matplotlib is the whole package, but we use only pyplot functionality here. hplt. This way also we can use. Ultimately, we want pyplot. We are not using the whole package here. In almost 90% of the cases, we'll be using pyplot only. So these are same. Even we can do this way. So plt dot plot. Here I've written one list, here another list. It's very simple one. If you see here, plt.show is the command you need to write. So it's a one line code. Okay. And plt.show, when you see here, it will show you the graph here instead of somewhere else. Normally what happens, if you go through tk inter, there what will happen, you will get another box where you will see the thing. So we write here for that inline code, but I'm not going to that here. This is also sufficient. Plot.show, plt.show. Okay, so if you check here, 5 and 8, first one here 5 and first one 8, then comes 6 and 9. So if you see here, we have 6 here and 9 from x-axis. So this is another point. This is the first point. You collect the first one here, first one here. This is one point. Second one, this is the second point. And the third one, this is another point. So 3 points are here. Here, this one, this one, this one. So canvas we write. Here, dot plot, what we are doing is 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. If you are thinking, okay, if I write one more, what will happen? Suppose you write 2, 3, it will not work. Okay, it will show something which might not be useful. Even we are getting this background, that's a separate thing. Okay, you should not get black background, because sometimes what happens is This Jupiter shows this way. So it will show you randomly, okay? Remember, you have to write two things only here. Even if you write one, that's fine. Even if you write one, that's fine. You run here, so you got a straight line. The same thing will be accepted. Here, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. So this will always be a line, 45-degree line, whatever you write here. But however, normally we write 2. Even you can write this way also, not a problem. But set is not allowed. If you write a set here, it will not accept. That is what you need to remember. You can write tuples also. If you write a set, it will not take, okay? That you need to remember. You write a tuple or list here. Points will be collected one by one, and ultimately you will get it. If you want to write 2, you have to write 2 here. 2, 3 if you write, then also there is a problem. If you write 2 here, you write 2 here. So you got this. One second. 5, 5 and 8. See here 5, here 8. Okay, 5 and 8 this way. And 6, 9. 6, 9. This is the point. And you have to add these two. If you want to check, you write more here. 6, 7, 8, 5. This is simple one. You can count 5, 6, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that way. 1 0 is there, that's why you came here. And because we have a repetition here, 6, 9 and 6, 9, that's why the number of points reduced to 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this is plain vanilla, you can say. There is nothing, there is no name for x-axis, no name here on y-axis, nothing, no legends are here. But if you want to show something, suppose you want to write information, info, and you want to give a name to y-axis, that is called label. Label means you want to give a label, name to y-axis. You can write anything here. You want to write a label for x-axis, okay? This is there, this will be there, and this is the dot plot coding. 3 things we added to the same thing. If you check here, the label of y-axis is y-axis. You can write anything. Suppose you are doing some analysis, you can write whatever label is there in your analysis, and you see x-axis we have written, that came here. There was nothing here, but here you have x label, y label. Also, the name of this whole graph that comes here, along with the dot plot thing. Whatever you wanted to plot, that plotted 3 points, 1, 2, 3, and all those points you have to join one by one, and you will get a graph like this. Okay. Now, if you go to this one, let me run this. We got this graph. First of all, if you see, we have 2 here, 2. So we have given names, the label of y-axis, the label of x-axis, and plot dot title, epic information here, title. So these 3 things were there before. It's not new. And instead of one XY pair, we have two pairs now. So this was there before. So we have added two here. That's how these 6 lines. So instead of 3, now we have 6. 6 means what? These two you can write here. I can cut x1 and y1. I can write here. And I can cut x2 and y2. I can write here. So instead of one line, we have 2 lines now. That is the only difference. If you see, we had one line code here. Here we have 2 lines. The only thing is we have separately named these two. So if you come here, we have 2 lines here. In addition to that, we have one label here, line 1, that comes here. If you check line 1, and we have one label here, line 2. Line 2 comes here, line 2. You can write anything here in words. These are the labels you have given. Here we had no label, okay, nothing like that. Though we had only one, but there was no such label. Then line width, if you write 15, and you can check what will happen. This is the line width. The width we have written 5 here. So you can write any there. Now this is over. This is over line width. Now come to this one. Suppose you don't write this. Let's see what you are getting here. You will not get line here. Okay, by default it's giving you line. You write O here. Yeah. So if you write O here, you will get this way. You will not get line. Okay. So if you write this way, hyphen, by default also, though it shows line here, but yeah, this is for line. What more? Another style, dark background. This was not there. So this one you have to bring from matplotlib. Like we try to get pyplot as PLT. Similarly, you need to get style. So from matplotlib, it's available. It's not available in pyplot. So specially, you need to write this line. Suppose you don't write this, then what? If you don't write this, sometimes what happens is it works when you do 2 to 3 times. That's one of the drawback of this one. Never mind. We were doing this one. See here what is not present. Even where is the grid here? Let me check once again. Yeah, grid comes here. Because what happens is when you run everything, so more functionality comes from the other graphs as well. That's the thing. Okay. So, I mean, we should not worry about these things. Just use. But this has a meaning. Now, these 3 you know already. Not a problem. And we had one line, now we have 2 lines of code. The extra thing is we have taken dark background color, and this is a new one. This is a new one. Listened. If you don't write this, what will happen? If you don't write this, then see there is no listen means it will show you here. Even if you have written label here, 1, 2, but they are not showing up here. Okay. So if you write here, then they will show up here. And if you see, X level is not there, Y level not there, no name here. Okay. So let's write everything. So these 4 lines, X level, Y level, the name of the graph, and then legend. Legend means that will come here, whatever you have written here. See, everything came here. Okay. Now here you can check writing like this. That will change. You get whatever you have written Li, but this must be there. This is legend R style. Now we have a grid also. If you want, you don't want, you cut the grid. There is no grid now. It's like this only. Whatever way this was, this is the same. What is the difference between this and this now? See, we have X level, Y level, name of the graph, X level, Y level, name of the graph. We have one graph here, two graphs here. Again, these colors, no? Okay, let's go to the colors here. R, okay. RC color we have written. This is R, this is C, okay. So if you want, you can change these colors. You don't need to remember anything. I'm just saying you here. We have to follow whatever way it's there. See, you can change the color, okay. This way. Just write R. So there we didn't write anything, okay. That's why we got this by default. So we have written colors as well. And that with this color, then you want a line graph or maybe the dots that you get. Line width you can change, and then the grid, there is no grid here, so that grid function also, that's optional. If you write grid here, by default it's white though. See, you got a grid here. Even we can change it to different colors. It's not that whatever we think that will work, but we have to check. If there is any problem, we have to go and check what is the real how it's documented. Real documentation we have to check, okay. But yeah, if you want, you just check. By default, if you write grid also, it will come. Grid means grid true. Okay, sorry, it should be there. So simple, if you write grid view, and this will be there anyway, listen, then you will get here. And X level, Y level, title, whatever is required, you can write everything. Now we are doing dot plot till now. Dot plot. Okay, bar graph. So till now we are doing dot plot. Here dot plot. This is the graph. Remember, we have not used any other thing in all the graphs. Now here NumPy we are using. Here 0 to 5. Arrange function. This is also there. Then you draw sin x graph. Okay. X will be whatever numbers you will select, and y will be np dot sin x. Plot xy. X will be these numbers, and y will be the values. XY graph you will get. So you are this way. This is the graph here. This is your sine graph. Because we have range up to this, we got this one. If you want, you can increase it. So you got sin x graph. Okay, sin x graph, np.sin x. You can check, it's there in NumPy. Now coming to this one, we are using dot bar. So you will get a bar plot here. Okay, days, this is the label, y label, the name of the graph, two legends, their color. Okay, what more we have? No grid here. If you want, you can introduce grid also. Not required. So here if you check, here, from matplotlib import pyplot as plt, style here, dark background, and two here if you check, two list we have. Will it work? Okay, no problem. So dot bar here, see, sorry, this I was saying actually. 1, 2, if you can see, you count here. 1, 8 if you check. For 1 x1, this is 8. And for x2, this is 7. Okay, check it. 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 5, that way. 3 here, then 5. This is the blue graph. And if you come to this one, 1.2, 2, that way, whatever way it is, you can check that. And the labels we have given, the color, width, like the early one, it's not a new one. Labels we have given BMW, B. So if you want, you can change the width here. Suppose I make it 0.8. Okay, you run it. You see, you got this way. Because we didn't change the other one, red one. We've changed only this one, this blue one. Red one, if you want, you can change it to 0.8. Yeah, we can see this because it's not available. You just try to 2 or 1, whatever is required. And these are as usual lists here. Now level color width, level color width. Okay, so plt dot bar, plt dot bar, 2 times we used, one for red, one for blue. And we have written legend like the earlier one. That's why we got this, and names we have given. That's all, nothing more here. The only thing from here to here is, if you check this one, the only difference is dot plot. We wrote here, and here dot bar. Okay, dot plot, dot bar. That's all, nothing more. If you want, you can take this one also there. Yeah. So dot bar, because two are there, and run it again. Okay. Yeah. This is your normal one. Now comes histogram. PLT dot HIST, histogram. So how histogram is different from bar chart, bar graph? How histogram is different from bar graph? So normally what we do is, Suppose you want to draw comparison and you want to say that three cities in India are mostly affected. You write Delhi, Chennai, and then Mumbai. And if you want, you can write the number affected as well. Yeah, just a minute. So here, this is the next one. Scatter plot means xy will be there, and according to x and y, you have to see the relation, normally correlation. Uh, when we draw the graph, so we want to know the correlation between two variables x and y. Normally we draw. So in most of the statistical analysis, we'll be using scatter plot. Same one line, and if you write two lines, two types you can write in the same graph. You can change the this dot, all this circle, all those things. Okay. Now here is one, import numpy as MP. Now numpy comes here once again, and we have so many numbers here, and this is scatter plot once again, but this looks, I mean, bit complicated or messy because we have so many numbers, right? So here 1000 means how it will be. I mean, there are actually overlappings, okay, that way. So here x, here y, then you have x and y. It's a scatter plot, nothing more than that. So it's, see how simple it is. Just you need to write like bar, hist and all that. You need to write dot scatter xy. If you want to give levels, that is the same. I can copy even grid also. Suppose you want this legend, or maybe you want all these titles, I can copy 100 multiplied. That's a separate thing to show, but I can copy and I can write. So is there, right? I can take all this and I can write here as well. I mean, for these things will not worry. So this thing will come here. These things will come here. Otherwise, dot scatter, so easy. Dot bar, dot plot, those things only you need to write. And here comes another one. Similar way, the only thing is we are using numpy arrange function, random.randint, random.rand, and these are we are using. Okay, that's all. This is one graph. Okay, so scatter plot, this is one scatter plot, this is one scatter plot, this is one scatter plot finally, and this is your histogram, this is your bar plot, this is sine graph. We are using dot plot function, and here also dot plot with grid. See, you can grid give, you can give grid to anything. Okay, let me take here grid view. If you want, you can see here also grid view. We got a grid view here. Okay, so that is special thing that is given, that grid view. For that you here listen, right? Okay, we got a grid view here. Okay, so you see everywhere grid will be there, legend will be there. For this I already explained. In the names you can write in label, and these names you can give. That's all for today's class. Okay, class is over now. Thank you. Anything you like to ask before I leave?
Sir, why we write legend, sir?
Hmm. Legend. Okay, you joined late, right? Yeah,
Yes,
you
sir.
go through the video, you will be able to know. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you thought it's 8:30, but it was at 8. All right then.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.